What has been going on in the past week and what is more to come? Feeling tired, being exhausted, experiencing strange things, having strange dreams? Well, stay tuned and maybe get inspired. Like, subscribe, and share. Hi, my name is Lotfi. In today's video I would like to share with you, or actually explain to you, what you have been experiencing and what you will still be experiencing for a while. So some of you are into astrology or have seen some posts about Mercury like this and that other planet like that, and the sun and the moon, and this is happening and that is happening, and some solar flares and more solar activity and Schumann resonance being high and then low again. Let's say fluctuations, things going up like this, up and down, up and down. And it can be really exhausting. Maybe you have felt at a certain moment you were completely drained. And then you had a lot of energy again. And then you had these strange dreams. You experienced darkness, maybe attacking you, maybe working through you. Maybe you had some very dark thoughts or very dark dreams. And suddenly you were exhausted again. And then crazy thoughts came up. Maybe you experienced physical discomfort, like literally your belly hurting, or having the stomach flu, or having huge headaches, or your back is hurting. Wow, that is simply the result of all the changes we're going through. You may have experienced things that you thought you dealt with, you had resolved, but hey, suddenly they showed up again. Maybe you also noticed that they didn't stay, they didn't last. They came and they were gone again. Because you dealt with them in the past. You're not an addict anymore, you're not afraid anymore, whatever you worked on. But you have worked on it. Yet the majority of humanity hasn't done the work yet. The majority of humanity is still living in fear. Is still living in a world that is based on fear, dominance, suppression, oppression, hatred, polarities, separation, lies. But you may have done the work already. Maybe you've just started. Maybe you've been doing it for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, maybe for 20 years already. And still you're experiencing things these days like, I thought I really dealt with that. Or, why am I feeling like this? Well, a lot is going on. And all the things I just described before, with these planetary things happening, or the Schumann resonance, or the solar flares, well, it's happening. And life on Earth is changing. More and more people are waking up, more and more people are becoming conscious, more and more people are starting to ask themselves questions like, is this all real? Are things really like they say in the news or in the media? Why is Facebook censoring certain people? Why is it censorship in general? Didn't we fight hard, or didn't our parents fight hard to have freedom of speech? And so there may be a lot of questions coming up. And well, when the world is changing, there's always a period of friction. Friction being those who want to hold on to the old, especially those who are in power, who don't want to let go of the power, and those who want to take the power. And of course you also have those who say, Screw the power. We want to be free. And freedom starts within. Yes, sometimes we need to go to the streets and demonstrate. And then we can force some change. I say some, because it's always partial. Change really happens on a larger scale when we the humans, decide to change ourselves first. And the more of us change within ourselves by taking out corruption. And any kind of corruption, this means not lying, also not for a good reason. No, simply telling the truth or choosing not to answer. And when I say lying, it means dodging taxes. We can have a whole discussion on if taxes are a legal thing or they're just an oppression thing. That aside. Trying to trick people and getting things cheaper or having them pay more. That's also not being in integrity. Not being in integrity is also lying to yourself. It means when you feel that being around a certain person or a certain group of people is not good for you, or when you feel like acting in a certain way to please others, here we go, to please others, is not good for you, then that's you not being in your integrity. That's you lying. And we have all been lying over and over and over again. That has to end. I decided around a year and a half ago, I will not lie anymore at all. And sometimes it's and then, because we're so used to lying, when somebody says, hey, how are you? Yeah, fine. No, you're not. If you're not fine, don't say fine. If that person doesn't want to hear you say the truth, that person should not ask you. So sometimes I see people really getting super uncomfortable. And they, hey, how are you? Well, actually today I really feel shitty. And then they have no clue how to respond. And they go, and they try to run away because they don't want to hear anything, because they never wanted to know how you are. They just behaved politically or socially correct. So their asking was a lie. And if you respond with, yeah, fine, you put on a fake smile, or you're actually hurting on the inside, then you're a liar. You say, yeah, but I don't want to offend them. Fuck them. You need to be truthful. You playing their dirty game of being false and untruth is keeping you in that same shitty energy of lies, of deception. If you stand for your truth, a lot of people run away from you, which is scary, yet it creates space for you to breathe and for wonderful people who are honest and truthful to enter your space. Those who have been following me for a while know that when I started stepping into my truth, I started losing friends. I lost almost all my friends around 2012 and in the few years that followed. But what I got in return was, instead of having 300 fake people around me, and I was fake myself before that, now I have 20, maybe 20 truthful, real people, real friends. And that is priceless. Something money cannot buy. Something lies cannot buy. And all the shit you're going through now is that turbulence of that change. When there's a storm, what is a storm? A storm happens when there's a difference in pressure and in temperature of the air. And so to rebalance, there's a lot of air moving from one place to another, and that creates a storm. And of course, those who know meteorology can explain this much more in detail, but that's not the point. The point is about rebalancing. And the period of rebalancing is what we're going through now. And so for you to go through this smoothly, there are a few very simple things you can do. Aside from being honest to yourself first and to the outside world too. There's also the grounding and being in the here and now. For the grounding, you can go to my website. Under tips and tools, you find grounding, you find relaxation, you find living healthy, and then you can find tools how to meditate, guided meditations. You'll find a lot of information about the grounding itself, different methods of grounding. And that will help you to release the energies that are not yours or not yours anymore. And that will bring that inner peace. You may say like, yeah, but a few minutes ago, you didn't seem peaceful. You were like really aggressive. I was not aggressive. I was speaking out loud the truth. My truth. You may have a different truth. Totally fine. But it's how I see the world, how I experience the world. And what I experience is, since I chose to step into my truth, to be truthful to myself and to the people around me, things have changed. And so for the past month, for example, and actually even longer, I haven't experienced much discomfort. Yeah, there were challenges. No discomfort because I have been working on myself. I've been grounding. And of course, there were a few days where really things started to go like this. And then I got some information from others like, okay, this, because I was like, where's this coming from? As well, I realized it was not mine. It was collective. It was the galaxy around us. But as soon as I started working on grounding on those moments, things changed. And yes, sometimes it would take a few hours. I had to take a few warm baths to really to relax my muscles. I had to do some exercise. I needed a massage. But this is also working on the grounding, working on the inner balance, physically, energetically, emotionally. And that's crucial. Running to alcohol and other distractions is not going to help. It may seem like we forget about things, but we're not resolving anything. The reason yesterday I felt great was because I spent a few hours laying in the grass, doing nothing special. Being in good company can definitely help. How do you get to be in good company? Well, by being truthful to yourself first. From there, attract people who are truthful to themselves and to the others. And that's how you change your circle. And the beginning is tough, yes, it can be painful. What you get in return, it's beautiful. And then you realize that it's so simple. You don't need much to be truly happy. You don't need much to feel good. You don't need much to experience joy, to have fun. Because all starts within here. And if you live from here, you'll start to attract more things that will feed you in here. Because you will attract people who are on the same frequency. You will attract events and happenings on that frequency too. So please, do yourself a favor and the rest of humanity. Step into your integrity. Become truthful with yourself. And from there, truthful with the outside world. Truthful with your inner circle. And the outer circle. And so on. And if you have no clue how to do this, or you have been trying it and it's not working out, or you're coming across some blockages, some pains that you cannot really resolve, and hey, I can help you with that. So contact me. I'll put a link in the description or in the comments. Do something. Because you too, you deserve to be happy. You too, you deserve to relax, to enjoy life, and to have wonderful people around you. And to be one of those wonderful people around others. That's how you make a true difference. Not just by going in the streets and shouting, we want change, but by being the change. Like, subscribe, and share.